Everyone's always asking me, Ryan, how do I get the most amount of money for my home? In this video, I'm gonna show you. And to help me is my good friend, Natasha Prymak. Thank you for being here with us.
No problem.
All right, so in order to get the most amount of money, you need to change the decision in the buyer's mind from a practical, rational decision to an emotional decision where they fall in love with the house. And the number one way I've ever seen that happen is through staging. Getting the home looking its absolute best. People love it, fall in love with it, and are willing to pay top dollar. And here with us is our stager, Natasha Prymak. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And taking us through this process.
Yeah.
Part of the video too, she's gonna actually stage our home. And at the very end of the video, stay tuned because we're gonna tell you kind of the nuts and bolts and actually give you practical reasons why to actually do it. So before we waste any more time, Natasha,
Sure.
what can you give these folks to help them, guidelines, essentials to stage their home?
Well, I think the first thing people need to realize is staging is not the same thing as decorating your house. When you stage your house, what you're doing is you're taking your house from your own possession and turning it into a marketing tool so that you can move it for the most money and you can move it quickly.
All right, hey, let's get inside right now and start this thing. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, here we are. I'm so excited to get started.
I am too.
What do we do next?
Sure. Well, there are 5 simple steps that we can kind of compartmentalize staging into, and that way people don't get too overwhelmed. So we can start there.
Perfect.
So number 1 is decluttering. Generally in decluttering, you want to take out anything that you can, pack it away because you're going to be moving anyway. Number 2, depersonalize. When we depersonalize, we need to take out any family photos or other objects that make the home personal to us and less personal to the buyer. Number 3, deep clean. For this one, I say clean and then clean again and clean again. Number 4, ding and dent repair. You want to go through your house and patch up, repaint, make sure that your house looks like it's in good repair. Number 5, this is where you deliver a wow. This is where stagers can specifically come in and help you define your space. Each particular space needs to have a function that is clear to the buyer so that they can picture themselves in your house.
Hey, thank you so much for those 5 simple steps to staging your home. You've staged our home, and let's show these folks what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go into the family room. So this family room was a beautiful size, but initially all of the furniture was closer to the fireplace, so it made it look a lot smaller than it is. 2 things that people look for in a family room are usually size and also seating space. So what we did was we rearranged some furniture, added some soft goods that make it look cozy and inviting, and then we created a color scheme that works so that it's neutral in here, and so it brightened the room, it enlarged the room, and it really invites the buyer to come in and relax and make this their home.
All right, so folks are always asking me, Ryan, should I stage my home myself or should I get a stager? Actually, a lot of them say, no, I've got this, I don't need a stager.
Sure.
And I tell them, you have to get a stager. And I always tell them to get you. So we're gonna go a little bit like back. If people are still kind of confused, what is staging?
Sure. So staging is when you take your house from what you live in every day to more of a model home type look, where you make it so marketable for everybody that's coming through that everybody that looks at the pictures of your home, that walk through your home, they all want to buy it.
They all want to buy it.
They all do.
People start their search online, so those pictures really matter.
They so matter.
And staging for pictures and living in a home, they look 2 different ways. And so getting a great image online is number 1,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
a stager can help you do that.
Yeah, and a lot of times people decide whether they want to buy your home within the first couple seconds of looking at either pictures or walking through your front door. So a lot of times people think, well, I have, this great room over here, I have this absolutely gorgeous pool in the backyard. People sometimes don't even get to those things.
They might not get that.
Because the first couple images or the first couple seconds they walk through your door, they're done.
Yep. Why should people stage?
People should stage because it adds value. to your home.
Totally does, yep.
It adds money in your pocket. A lot of times when people go to closing and they haven't had a home staged, it might sell relatively quickly, but they lose thousands and thousands of dollars because they haven't staged it properly. So they have outdated colors, they have broken light fixture, and all of those things matter when you're comparing properties and buying a home.
Yeah, I see a 10x return on people's money that they spend for staging and painting and what else, and what they get in the final purchase price.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
People are hesitant to do it because they're like, oh, I don't want to spend more money to get my home, looking great. And I say, spend it, you'll get it back.
You will
10
absolutely
times.
get it back, yes.
Yeah. When do you stage?
So staging is important before you take your house to market. So you want to do it before you take the pictures that are going to go online. You want to do it really as you're even thinking about packing things. So a lot of times, the first step in staging is decluttering. So that begins your staging process right there.
Yeah. And we always send you into our homes first.
Yes.
Because we know how important it is to have you there, and so we want every one of our homes to look great online.
Yeah.
Where should people focus their attention and their staging on? What rooms of the house?
So there are 5 kind of money areas or big bang areas that people use to decide whether they want to buy a home or not. So for those areas, we concentrate on the front elevation because that's the one picture that everybody's kind of clicking on and getting baited with in order to buy a house.
So that's your first impression
Exactly,
when they come
that's
into
your
the home?
curb appeal.
Yeah, your curb appeal. And so it's the first impression, it's the last
And the
impression.
last,
You gotta get that right.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. And then from there, people move into the foyer. So the foyer's gotta be clean, it's gotta be decluttered, it's gotta be captivating, bright, light, airy, and updated. So that's another important area.
That's number 2. What about 3?
Number 3 is the family room. The family room is a huge opportunity for people to see how they can use the house and actually live in that space. Number 4 would be the kitchen. We spend a lot of time in our kitchens. That's where our families gather. That's where we eat 3 times a day at least. So the kitchen, it has to be functional, it has to be clean, it has to be decluttered. The more you can put away in the kitchen, the better. We want it to look expansive and clean and neat. And then that last area that we want to concentrate on is the master bedroom. The master bedroom is your area of reprieve, your area where at the end of the day you just want to go home and actually feel like you can relax.
So those are the 5 main areas to focus on when staging your home. If people want to get in touch with you, how do they do it?
Sure, so you can go online. My website is www.persimmonandfig.com, or I'm on Facebook and Instagram as well, and that is at Persimmon and Fig.
So here's what I would suggest. Don't wait till you're ready to sell your home to make it look fabulous. Get her in before you do. Enjoy it for the next year or 2 or 3, and then when you're getting ready to sell, you're halfway there. All right.
Sounds good.
Natasha, thank you so much. All right, guys, and until next time, enjoy Loudoun.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.